Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's something really rather special for this video. A machine that has been on my Fruit Machine emulation most wanted list basically forever. And it is now finally here. It is this fella on the left hand side, a machine called Hi Ho Silver by JPM, harking from the year 1990. Now, if you're looking at this and thinking, bloody hell, Degsy, I'm not quite sure what the fuss is here, this just looks like an old low-tech to me. So if you're not familiar with this machine, or if it's before your time, I can kind of understand that. So let's go into what this machine is, how it plays, what I think makes it a little bit special, and also why I've wanted to see this one again for so long. Now, I would say, for starters, that this is not really a true low-tech. I would say it's getting more up into semi-mid-tech territory. I mean, we all know what low-techs are. I mean, a 777 Heaven would be an absolute classic low-tech. And then mid-techs would generally be something like this one on the right-hand side here, Force 5 by BFM, where you've got the fairly low-tech arrangement of just holds and nudges and symbols, but you've also got feature exchanges, you've got a skill feature in there, and such like. Now, Hi Ho Silver doesn't have anything like that going on. It doesn't have any feature exchanges or whatnot, but I'm sure the more eagle-eyed amongst you will have spotted that this thing has got 4 reels, and it's that 4th reel that really gives this machine some of its complexity. Now, these 3 reels here are exactly what you'd expect. You've got all your symbols on them. Some of them have got the little horseshoes on them. The horseshoes are like the boxes, if you will, on this machine. But then you've got this reel here, which has got those on it, the wins and the super win. Now, this reel here acts like a normal reel insofar as you can hold it and nudge it just like any other reel on the machine, and that really introduces a little bit of complexity to it and a little bit of strategy. So for example, you can have so that there, those double bars there, in that configuration, that isn't a win because it's got to be lined up with the super win symbol or the win symbol. And you can actually, so you can see there, you can have 2 or 3 win lines active at any given time. If I scroll that all the way around, you can see the configuration of it there. And you can nudge that. When you get nudges, you can nudge that reel the same as any of the others. So you've always got something else to think about when you're holding or nudging. The other thing that you've got here is TIC-TAC-TOE. Now, TIC-TAC-TOE, when you get it, pays the cashpot, which maxes out at £2.40. However, TIC-TAC-TOE is a little bit like your 27 ways to win, where they can be, in fact, let's just put some credits in, and let's just see if we can get, now this should be pretty happy. Let's just see if we can get the reels set up. Have we got a, now there, can you see there, that configuration on the reels could pay the cashpot, but in that configuration there, we would need that there because all 3 win lines would have to be active because they're on 3 different win lines. So if that was there at this moment in time, that would then pay me tic-tac-toe and that would pay me the cashpot. Let's nudge it down to there. Oh, and it has actually held after nudges there. So in that scenario there, that would pay because I only need 2 win lines active for me to have the tic-tac-toe, but that there would not pay because it's not on the correct win lines. I haven't got a win over the middle win line. So there is. I'm just going to deliberately stuff that up because we're going to have a proper play on this later on. So that introduces quite a little bit of thought. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm only pitching this as a sort of somewhere between a low tech and a mid tech. I wouldn't say it's a true mid tech like Force 5 is, but there's definitely more going on here than there is with a normal low tech, because you've always got to think about what you're doing with that reel, and it also obeys hold after nudges. So for example, if you can get that after a hold after nudges, if that was after a nudge, if I just bring that down to there with, say, let's say I get if that would be the configuration of the reels after nudges, then that would then give me a hold after nudge for the jackpot. But again, a little bit like everything else, you've got to have that there. You've got to have a win or a super win there on the hold after nudges, and it will then bring in whatever two of a kind that you've got. And it does obey the win or the super win. If you get hold after nudges with a super win, you'll get the super win. Hold after nudges with win, you'll just get the win. And the super win, just for clarity, super win is a repeat chance. A win is just a win, and as far as I can tell, it never gives you a hold after a win. I've certainly never had it, and I've put a fair bit of cash through this machine for real, and in back in the day, and also now in the emulator. Super win is a repeat chance on the win again or spin there, and that is significant because this thing loves to repeat. And it will repeat on anything and everything all the way up to the jackpot, and it will do it several times. This can do 3 or 4 straight repeats on the £4.80 jackpot if you catch it right. So when I actually play the game a little bit later on in this video, I'm hoping that once you see it in action, you will agree with me that it's quite a quirky little machine, this one. I really liked it all those years ago in the early 90s when I first started playing, and it's been on my most wanted list forever. I remember asking about this machine in the early days of Fruit Machine emulation. Now, I understood that different machines by different companies ran on different technologies, and I couldn't even remember the name of it. I had to describe the machine to other people. It would have been on the MSN emulation community or Fruit forums. It was early on in the piece that I was asking about this machine. And the way that I described it was describing the 4th reel there. And then we got the name of the machine, and I think somebody else said, yeah, that was a JPM on System 5. And of course, at that time, System 5 wasn't emulated, so it was a complete bust in that regard. At that moment in time, the emulator was called MPU-34, and only those two technologies were emulated. Now, System 5 emulation first came in with MFME V2, which would have been, 2001 or 2002, something like that. But the resources for this machine were never out there. There was a flyer for it. There's been a flyer for it knocking around for quite some time, but we never had the ROMs. There were just no ROMs for it. It never got done, and it's a machine that I've thought about periodically over the years, thinking how great it would be to be able to play this one again, because I have lots of very, very clear memories playing real ones of these in the early 90s. JPM did fairly well with these. There were a few of them around. I remember them being in arcades. I definitely remember a particular arcade in Bolton that had one of these that I played quite a lot. They were in Blackpool arcades, and there was also a few of them in pubs. Back at this time, pubs were not scared to have sort of low-tech / mid-tech machines on site, and they did get played. Generally speaking, the low-techs often tended to go in kind of more locally old boy style pubs, where the clientele would not necessarily be so keen on high-techs. You would often find low and mid-tech machines in sort of old boy local style pubs, and I remember a pub in Radcliffe had one of these on site for quite some time. And we learnt fairly early on what a beast of a repeater it had if you caught it. I remember like the £2.20 cash win. Just once repeated like 6 or 7 times straight off the bat. Just win again, win again, win again, win again. All of a sudden you've got £15 cash in the bank off like a £2.20 repeater. So that they could go nuts on that win again. And once you've seen it do it once, of course you then understand what the machine is capable of, and you're always looking out for that, and you're always wanting to get wins with Super Win, and it just changes the dynamic of the machine so much, because normally of course you mix sevens for £1.20, which was a very standard configuration on machines of the day. Mix sevens often paid £1.20, and it was just such an uninspiring win. It was always a bit meh, mix sevens, whereas on this mix sevens, it will repeat 3 times without thinking about it, and all of a sudden you've got £4.80, and of course you've got £4.80 cash. So it's like it's just repeated out to a £4.80 cash jackpot. So I was so excited when this machine, the release of this machine, was announced over at Desert Island Fruits just over the weekend, just a few days ago. Ploggy posted up the release thread here, and I visit Desert Island Fruits kind of daily, really. I have a look at what's going on, and I saw a release thread for this, scrolled down, saw the screenshot, and was like, oh my god, it's Hi-Ho Silver. It's finally been released. There's finally a layout for it. And I actually responded there. I hadn't even downloaded the layout or played it at this moment in time. But I was so bloody excited that I posted straight away before I'd even played it. Because it's a Ploggy DX. I mean, you know it's going to be top tier when it's by Ploggy, so that you know everything's going to work absolutely perfectly. And just that screenshot had me going, oh my god, I can't wait to play this again. And play it I have been doing. Now, before I get in, sorry, there's more waffle to come. Before I get into the actual playing of this machine, and we'll have a proper look at it, there's also a nice story behind this one as well, because remember, this could have been emulated for 15 years or more, but it's never happened because we've never had the ROMs. So the question now is, where did the ROMs come from after all this time? And the answer to that can be found over at the MPU Mecha. It's a great site, the Mecha, but I've got to be honest, I don't really check in there very often. It's just a little bit too much towards the old machines and the old techs for me. I know some people love, say, their MPU 3. But for me, that is just a void of a technology for me. I've got no connection with MPU 3. The machines themselves were very much before my time as an active player, so I've got no real recollections of playing them. I know, like for some people, of course, Lineup was the holy grail of fruit machine emulation. I've just got no memories of playing that machine. I do remember it being in arcades, because obviously when I started playing in the early 90s, there were still quite a lot of MPU 3 machines knocking about, but to me they just seemed old-fashioned and boring compared to the newer machines that were available, so I just never really got on with MPU 3. And I'm kind of the same with a lot of these older technologies. They just don't have any personal resonance with me. The point that I'm getting at here in my typically long-winded fashion is this thread had passed me by. I'd never seen this thread until my attention was drawn to it. And the reason my attention was drawn to it is Ploggy did put a little bit of a tale behind the release and what happened here. So what I did is I private messaged Ploggy and said, hey Plogger, I see you, first of all, thank you so much for Hi-Ho Silver. I see you put a little bit of information in the release thread here. Could you just give me a little bit more of the background, please, on how this one came to pass and how this finally got to be released and we got the resources for it? And thank you very much to Ploggy. He did then send me some more detail in a private message. He responded to my private message, gave me more of the detail behind it, and he also sent me a link to this thread over at the Mecha. Now, basically what happens here is Paul G has got hold of one of these machines, and as you can see, it's not looking in a good way. By all accounts, this guy gets hold of old machines in all kinds of states of disrepair, and then he makes it his personal mission to get them working again. I have had a read through this thread. He clearly knows his stuff, and he clearly knows his way around these old technologies, and the community at the Mecha. I think there's a lot of people who own their own machines and have worked as fruit machine techs over the years as well, so there was a really good community effort to get this one working. But this is what it looked like. Look at the state of that thing. Oh my god, what fate has befallen this. And it's quite a good looking cab. It does come over there in that picture. They were quite squat, kind of powerful looking things. They were like the fruit machine equivalent of a burly bouncer. They have that kind of stature about them, to my mind. It reminds me of the old Ben Elton joke about bouncers. You know, you've got a bouncer on a door. Ah, come in, Hitler, you're looking very smart, nice suit. Ah, Goebbels, good to see you. In you go, fella. Fuck off, Jesus, no sandals. It's a bouncery looking machine, and this one has clearly had a bit of a rough life, but we can see it's intact. It is intact, but looking in a very, very rough state. Let's just go through the... Oh dear, look. I mean, it's all there. It is all there. That's the main thing. And there we've got the reels. You can see one of the 7s there has had a proper hole punched through it. And there we are, back to the first one. So he had acquired this machine and then set about the long business of restoring it and bringing it back to life. And the question had already been asked here, if there was going to be any chance of getting hold of the ROMs. And Ploggy himself is saying that we do have a ROM set, and someone did post the ROM set here, but as Ploggy's noting here, the ROMs we've got are sadly incomplete. The last ROM is missing from the set. System 5 machines normally have either 2 64KB ROMs or 4 32KB ROMs. The Hi-Ho Silver set is missing ROM 4. If the ROMs can be dumped, that would be fantastic, to say the least. Love playing this in the wild. Could get a nice £19.20 run on the tokens on this. So, as you can see there has been a ROM set knocking about for a while by all accounts. But as Ploggy said now, we've already looked at this. There's one of the ROMs is missing. It's not a runner, so if we could get the ROMs out of this machine dumped, that would be fantastic. Now, there is the ROM card. Paul G has posted a picture, and that 4th chip is there, by the way. It's just missing the sticker off it. Some really great pictures of the board here and all the various bits and pieces. And I think that the note has been made that this one is... Some of the boards here are looking in surprisingly good condition. There are the reels themselves as well. I think somebody does note that the battery hasn't gone pop, because that's another problem with these older fruit machines. Of course, they have battery-backed RAMs. That's how the machine remembers where it's up to, where from when you turn it off at the end of the night and turn it on the next day. They use battery-backed RAM, and the batteries on these things have a terrible habit of leaking over the years, and depending how long they get left for, they can do a tremendous amount of damage to the board, but that hasn't happened, and there is what would be required to make this one playable again. A complete set of ROMs. Now the thread goes on here. I have read through it. It's an interesting thread. It's over at the Mecha, and you can see here that he has now started to clean it up. It's already looking better than it did in the first pick. He started to go about cleaning it up. We can see more of the internal gubbins here. Look, there's the original little sticker on the inside that shows you how to set the various percentages, and this only has, quite interestingly, 4 settings. You can set it to 78, 80, 82 or 84%. So that's quite interesting to me, that you can't actually set it lower than 78%, and just a few more of the internal bits and pieces there. And a little bit later in the thread, we've got some more pictures of some of the internal gubbins here. Another board, and we can see the power supplies. Now, the power supplies, quite interesting there, because you can see the dates on them. The way that these are done here will be week and year. So that 4590 means that the manufacturing date on this one on the left would have been the 45th week of 1990. That thing is 28 years old. And on the right hand side, that's obviously had a replacement at some point, because that one is the 11th week of 1994. And we've got again some more of the... He's obviously doing a job on cleaning up some of the internal bits and pieces. Look at the state of all them screws that he's pulled out there, which he's replacing with nice new shiny ones. And from there, the thread does go off into trying to get the Hi-Ho Silver working with donor parts from an old Popeye machine, which as you can see there. So what the guy's doing is he's going to start scavenging bits out of the Popeye to try and get Hi-Ho Silver working. Quite interestingly, this is one that had been originally, that's the back of the Popeye. Can you see? It was one of the prize machines at some point, because it's got those 4 little boxes at the top where they would have put them shitty bloody watches and lighters and all that crap. I have done a video about that a few months back on the channel. If you haven't seen it, you may want to go and have a root round for that. But as always happened with the machines, because the whole thing belly flopped spectacularly, it turned out that people didn't want shit watches worth £6 out of fruit machines after all. So this one has been converted back to just being a normal Popeye machine. But you can see there some of the wiring loom and the bulbs for all that, where the little watch panels or the little tact panels would have gone, are still in there. And he does go off then. The thread continues and goes into trying to bring the thing back to life by swapping out bits and pieces from that Popeye machine, and he does eventually get it going. And here it is. This is that very Hi-Ho Silver restored to full working order. If you remember what an absolute shit tip the thing looked like in those early pictures, this guy here has done a really good job on the inside and out. There was a lot of stuff on the inside of this thing. It took him a lot of work to get this, swapping out parts and trying to track down where the faults were. So he's done a nice job on the outside, but there was a lot of work that went on in the inside of this machine to get it back to a working state. Let's just see if we can get a little bit more of a wide shot there. You can see that is the thing fully functional. Let's just skip back to the start, because I think we've got, there we are. There is that Hi-Ho Silver machine working once again. Who knows how many years it had been broken for. Probably hadn't worked for, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, who knows. But now it's working again. So the final piece of this puzzle is, how did we get the resources from this machine to Ploggy to make a DX? Well, the answer there is that this chap here, Paul G, very, very kindly took the ROM chips out of the machine. He sent them to another member over at the Mecca called Jono. Jono had the ability to dump the ROMs and get them into digital file form that the emulator will understand. Jono then sent the physical ROM chips back to Paul G, who's now put them back in the machine, and he sent on the ROM dumps to Ploggy, who loaded them into the emulator. There's always that slight air of trepidation, I guess, when you've got a set of ROMs that's previously been lost for the entire history of Fruit Machine emulation, but Ploggy says he loaded them into the emulator and they ran. They ran perfectly, and we then had this machine up and running in the emulator. So once Ploggy just loaded the ROMs in, he then set about making this DX. Now, he did get some resources off Paul G. He's used a flyer. Paul G did offer to take him a load of pictures of the machine as well to help Ploggy make the DX, but Ploggy indicated to him that the flyer was actually of very good quality, and that was what he would be using. But Paul G still did help him out with a couple of other things. Specifically, Paul G sent him this, which is the real machine in the lamp test mode. So as you can see there, what it's doing, it's stepping through every single lamp, and it's showing on the display there what the lamp number is. So of course that's going to really, really help Ploggy get the layout absolutely spot on, because he's got all of the lamp numbers now straight off the real machine. You see there, it's stepping through every single one with the lamp number associated with it, which I guess made Ploggy's job a lot easier in the emulator. And he also took a couple of additional pics from inside the machine to give Ploggy an idea of how the lamps were organised inside the machine itself, and we've got that one there as well. And here is the fly. Now, the fly has been knocking around forever. The flyer has been around for a long time, and it was Spar who originally uploaded this flyer. I think it's been available over at Fruitemu certainly for many years already, and it's a really high quality flyer. If you zoom in, you can see there that it's of a good quality. And the other thing is, it's not been, you can see there the year very clearly, 1990. Thing with some flyers, well, there's several things that can go wrong with flyers. They can be very grainy, they can be of low quality. Some of these older ones are even in black and white, or sometimes they've got arrows all over them pointing to the features. So there's a lot of clean-up work that requires to be done before you can even start about DXing it. But this one is a pretty good example. I mean, I'm sure it will have still taken a huge amount of work on Ploggy's part to turn it into the DX, but I guess the point here is that we've got a good flyer to start with, which is why Ploggy indicated to Paul G that he didn't actually need pictures of the machine because he would be working from the flyer. And we've also got the rear of the flyer there, which is the blurb that JPM used to describe this. And you can see your choices of contacting them are telephone or fax. This is before the days of, well, even email, let alone social media or anything like that. You wanted to talk to these people, you had to pick up the phone, and that was that. Oh, and telex. You can telephone, fax, or telex them. It's very 90s, isn't it? And after all that, all the pieces were in place, and Ploggy was able to make the DX. But I think we should give credit here for a real group effort. This wouldn't have happened were it not for Paul G taking the time to, first of all, he announced that he got the machine, so we knew it was out there, and then he did go to the trouble of sending those ROM chips off. Thank you to Jono for dumping them and sending them on to Ploggy, Spar for originally uploading the flyer, and then Ploggy, of course, for creating the DX. And that's before you get into the fact that we've got the emulator to play it on as well as ever, which is thanks to Wizard. It's just a good example. The fact that this layout exists, and I've spent as much time on that as I have, just to give you an idea of how much group effort can go into getting what on the face of it is just a fairly simple old low-tech machine from 1990. That'll give you some flavour there, hopefully, of how much collective effort can be required just to get one machine to the stage where we can play it in the emulator. And play it in the emulator is what I will do now. Oh, actually, it wouldn't be me without a bit more waffle. Just a note on the technology itself, System 5. This was the technology that JPM used before the famous Impact technology. We all remember the famous Impact machines, your roller coaster and your Indiana Jones and your big bankers and all that lot. System 5 was the technology that they used before bringing in Impact. Now, System 5 had 3 different hardware revisions that I'm aware of, and it went through a few different cabs as well. Now, the System 5 machines that you will probably remember more than any would be Popeye and Hagar, Fairground was System 5, Circus was System 5, but there were earlier versions of the System 5 hardware. This, as I understand it, was kind of revision 1, because it had the shitty old bloopy bleepy sound. There was then a revision that had a Yamaha daughter board to make more Yamaha synth sound effects, and that would have been machines like Hollywood Nights and Intrigue. I did cover that, I think, in the Fireball video. There's a video about Fireball earlier on the channel. I go through those 3 hardware revisions, because then the final hardware revision was what Popeye and Hagar and that lot were running on. They then went to full sampled sound support. So there were certainly 3 sound revisions of System 5. Bloopy bleepy, Yamaha synth, and then full sample. This is the bloopy bleepy. However, unlike Fireball, which has pretty dreadful sound effects and music, the guy, whoever did the sound and music for this one, has actually done a fairly creditable job of getting some decent effects out of the hardware. It would still be better if they had Yamaha synth or full samples in there, but the old-fashioned sound on this one is actually part of the charm of it for me. And I will do me little volume ramping up and down as I'm playing this machine, and I certainly think they've done a pretty good job bearing in mind the hardware that they had available to them. So this is going to be, what, 30 minutes, and I haven't even spun the fucking reels yet. But that's quite deliberate, because what I wanted this video to be about as much as anything was the story of this machine and the story of how it came to be playable in DX form. And as I say, lots and lots of memories for me of playing real ones of these in the pubs and arcades in 1991 and 1992. So let's get some credits in and let's play it. Now I've gone a little bit over the top here with my autoplay. If you look up here, I've put 2,235 quid through it. Now in fairness, Ploggy did upload it with 300 quid having gone through it already. I then put another £1,900 through it in autoplay, which is no mean feat on a 20p £4.80 jackpot, but fortunately autoplay did a very good job, behaved itself perfectly well. I just left the thing running for hours and hours and hours. What I have done is played it back up manually because it was quite far adrift on percentage, so I brought it back up into the realms of the sane. Now this one's set to 84%. I've brought it back up to 81.34%, so it's still got a drift of 60 quid in its favour before it gets back to where it should be. So that drift there means that it's got 60 quid in its favour above and beyond its target percentage. So I'm hoping here that we're going to get a good game out of it. I will do per session stats. We've already put 60p in because I put those tokens in. So let's do some credits on it. I'm hoping that we're going to get to see it in a fairly good mood and that we'll see some of that good stuff going on. So you can see there straight away that I can nudge that onto there and that will give me a £1.20 win. Or I could nudge that down to the... In fact, let me... Oh, it didn't have just... No, well, I don't think that would have given me TIC-TAC-TOE. What I'm going to do here is play all out for the jackpot repeater. I just want to kick this thing off with the jackpot repeater, and you'll hopefully see that there are a few things that you can kind of try and manipulate a little bit to try and make that happen. So obviously I could have 2 quid there on that one, but now that would just hold after nudges there for 2 quid, because that's where I've got a match between a win and 2 of a kind. Those 2 won't do anything because that would just be like having 3 symbols that don't match on the win line. But because I don't want... Will it hold after? It won't hold after nudges for a jackpot there. I don't want anything apart from the jackpot repeater. I'm going to kick it off with a jackpot repeater, and then once I've got a jackpot repeater, I will take whatever I can. Oh, see now that there, can you see there? The horseshoes are your boxes on this, but it doesn't seem to obey. You know where if you hold them, well, you don't have to hold them all and press cancel, that's just my superstition. On a 7-7 heaven, if you held them all and press cancel or just span the reels, you'd get 3 nudges on the next spin. This doesn't seem to obey that. Or on a 7 heaven, you could hold them and then hope that it sort of span that in there and it would give you a nudge to bring him in. This doesn't seem... Sometimes it gives you nudges, but... See, it has actually given me nudges there, but it just seems to be whether you would get nudges or not anyway. They don't work like the boxes on 7 heaven as far as I can tell. It has just dropped 120. It's getting, come on. It's saying, come on, you numpty. If you're going to keep missing things, I'm just going to do it for you. Oh, 2 nudges. So that could obviously be a £1.20 plus repeat chance there. What I'm going to do is see if I can get... I wonder if it'll give me hold after nudges for... No, it won't give me hold after nudges for £2.40. So even though it's a bit behind percentage, it's playing a little bit mean here. I mean, obviously I'm deliberately playing this wrong insofar as I am just interested in getting a whole... I just want to get a bloody jackpot repeater by any means possible. Once I've done that... See, now that would be 480. That would be a straight 480 win if that had held there, because it would have effectively been... oh, shit. I'm not paying attention. I actually nudged that in there. Hadn't noticed that the win symbol was there, so that just gave me a £1.20 win. And I didn't even... You know what? This is what I'm saying here. You've got to keep an eye on them, because I thought I was going for holds after nudges on £2.40 there, but as it happened, I was being silly. I'm sure you find that very easy to believe. How many is it going to give me there? 3. So I can set it up here. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And it has. Now then, now that should give me now blue 7s on a super win. Now, once in a while, and I haven't been able to work it out, once in a while it'll flip it. So you should get a super win, because it's a hold after nudges with a super win, but when it comes back in after the spin, it'll do that and put it on a win. And sometimes, which is really annoying, of course, and sometimes it does it the other way round. So if you've got hold after nudges on that, it'll bring it back in on the spin as a super win. It doesn't do it very often. I haven't been able to work out any rhyme or reason to it. I'm going to hold them all and press cancel, because that's how I used to do it back in the day. That should now give us a jackpot plus repeat chance, and there we are. And that will add it to the bank, and now we will get our repeat chance. Repeat chance! Right, come on then. Oh! After all that, it didn't bloody repeat. Thank you very much. Oh, what can I get there? I should have checked. Okay. Oh, there we are. Now that should be a £2.40 repeater now. Let's have it. There we are. And we get our repeat chance again. There we are. So that's one repeat. Oh, one repeat only. One repeat only. Shame in it. We're not doing too well on them. I'm hoping that we'll get to see. Now, I'm holding those there. Sometimes you can do speculative holds with things like that, or I tend to hold the super win. If I've got it there, I will. Oh, there we are. That's a £2.20 repeater. Now I could just nudge that one down there. In fact, let's do that. What happens if I do that? Because I've got a super win on £2, but can you see on the top there, I've got £1. So obviously I can take a £2.20 repeater by doing that, but I'm going to do that and see. I guess it's going to give me £3, but then give me a repeat chance on £2. But you know what? I honestly can't tell you what it's going to do here. What's it going to give me a repeat chance on? £2 or £3? Well, it doesn't matter because we didn't get the repeat anyway. That is in fact something that I forgot to mention, because of course you can get multiple win lines, so you've got to have a look at what your options are, because I had an easy nudge there for £2.20 plus repeat chance, but by nudging that reel instead, I could get myself a £3 win and then a repeat chance. Well, we don't know because it didn't repeat. I don't know if it would actually give me a repeat chance there on the £2 or the £3. I suspect it would have but just been the £2 portion. That's another thing to think about on this, is thinking about what can I do with this reel in conjunction with all of these other reels. So even though you only get 3 nudges maximum across the 4 reels, it's always worth having a little look at what your possibilities are. I might just hold that there. See, it can do things like that, whereby, and sometimes it will give you a nudge in that situation. So I like speculative holds like that. Oh, can sometimes work out for you. There's nothing I can do with TIC-TAC-TOE there anyway, because I can't get enough. I can't get anything there, can I? So we'll do that. Oh, you fuck! See what I'm talking about? Stupid Degsy. I just didn't take into account. I was going to go for a hold after nudges for the jackpot there. Just didn't think it through, and I nudged that bloody thing in off the top there. So that didn't work out too well. We can only get £1 there. Let's just try and build the bank up, and let's try. Ooh, no, nothing doing there. See now that hold there. If I get a toe on there or there, that'll give me the cash pot, but not if it lands there, because that's not an active win. Now let's try that and see what happens. Oh, that's a shame, didn't come in. That's like another little thing that you want. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I did actually nudge the wrong. I'm a little bit, I do this quite. Oh, look at that, that's a £4 win there. That's going to double up to £4. I do sometimes miss nudge on this, because no criticism of Ploggy, it makes sense the way he's done it, but that there is one on your keyboard. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've just got muscle memory. I always think about that being 1, that being 2, and that being 3, so I do have a habit. I'm kind of getting out. I was doing it all the time to start with. I'm kind of getting better at it now, but not doing that on this, but I do sometimes just nudge completely the wrong reel. Now that should be a hold after nudges for £2 on the super win. Oh no, it's actually doing it that way. There you go. We'll have it. That's hold after, so hold after nudges. Thought it would be £2. It actually gave us, oh no, it's just a normal win. Oh, you can see, okay, you can see what I'm talking about there. It does sometimes slightly misbehave itself. It doesn't do exactly what you expect. Oh, well, you're going to do that, aren't you? Oh, look at that! Straight in! Fantastic. Jackpot. Now, let's have a bloody repeat. Let's see these repeats on the jackpot, because they can do it. No! Let's get... Meh. No, nothing there. The one thing we're not getting here is these repeats. I mean, it will be... Because obviously we're doing okay here. So, it will be... we'll be catching up to percentage, and I deliberately left it so it wasn't stupidly... Oh, well, that's going to pay out. Your bank limit's £30. Soon as it gets to £30 or over, you get a forced collect of the entire bank, and then we'll be able to do our £1.20 plus repeat chance. Just trying to swig of water. I'm getting overexcited. I'm going hoarse. Deary me. Oh, well, that's better. I'm on call this week, so I can't have a beer. It's a sober week. At any moment in time, my phone could ring like now. I've got my phone on my desk next to me. It may ring, and I may have to jump in my car. So, unfortunately, it's a dry week, this one. But that's fine. Oh, well, obviously we can get 240 there. Well, I could have. No, there isn't a super win up there. Oh, see what I mean? I just did the wrong fucking hell, Degsy. Let's do that. Could work for us. That could hold, but it didn't. Really want to get that super win in there and see if we can get another repeat chance. Now that should give us a tic-tac-toe on a single win line, and then you will then see this cash pot getting emptied out. There's our 240. It'll drop the reserve down, but as you can see, even maxed out, the reserve is nowhere near actually going to fill it up. Now, what's the best I can do here? It's probably going to be... there we are. That should give us now a super win on £2.40. What you can do, by the way, is just wedge. If you just wedge it like that, and it'll give it you if it's going to give it. That's 1 repeat. 2 repeats. Oh, 2 repeats. That's the best we've done up to now, isn't it? 2 repeats. Which is a bit of a shame. Let's see if we can get it out to the bank limit again and see... Oh, a couple of nudges there would have been nice. Well, not really much we can do there, is there? I mean, the cash pot wouldn't have been very... Oh, there we are. Just dropped 240 in. So we're seeing everything here apart from the crazy repeaters. It does do it. It will happen. I had a few crazy ones when I was bringing it back up to percentage. But I was hoping that it would still have enough left in the tank to give us a decent example of it. Is there a super win up there? No, there isn't. And obviously I wouldn't be this reckless. Well, not what I don't want. I don't really want. Fucking want. Well, let's go, because it can repeat. Even on that, it can repeat a few times. No. Not doing that. That's the only thing we're not getting here, is some decent repeats. So obviously I can... there is a super win up there, but I can't do anything with it. So I can get a super win there, but it won't count for anything. Oh, and he says as he nudges reel 1 again by accident. I need to get my fingers in the right place here. So it's not playing... I mean, bearing in mind that this is on 84%, which is quite generous, and it's behind percentage. So you can see there we've got all 3 win lines going on. And it has held after nudges for... Oh, see, it's only for £2.40 there. It will always give you something, but not necessarily exactly what you're expecting. Any possibilities there? I'd just be happy now if I could get one of those nice big 4 or 5 repeats. I do remember very, very clearly the one in that arcade in Bolton going nuts on the £2.20 repeat. We just couldn't believe how many times it repeated, and it was all cash as well, and it could do it crazy on tokens when them. Oh, there we are. Oh, it could do it crazy on the tokens when the mood took it as well. I just want to get. I might just play it here for another jackpot repeater. Might just see if we can get another jackpot repeater out of it. Come on. Let's see. So what I might start doing now. Oh no, I haven't got enough nudges there. So let's hold that maybe. I'll see it out to another jackpot repeater and just see if we can get some actual repeats on the jackpot. But the best thing you can... So that should be nothing now, because I haven't got any 2 of a kinds on the win lines. And yeah, so obviously I could hold that, but... Well, I will in case it gives me a super win. It has given me a super win. Can go potty on this one, so let's have a look. Any repeats? No, you tight bastard. I mean, the other thing with this is it could be brutal. It could be brutal because it can dump lots of wins in a short space of time. Kind of, it was almost to an extent. It was not quite as bonkers as your party time. You know, your BFM crazy streak and surprise. It wasn't quite in that category. But you know, it was just streak to streak to streak. But it was a very, very lumpy one. It was what can we get there? So I can't. There's no way out of that one really. It's like obviously I can get a £1.20 repeater, which is not very dramatic. But it was very lumpy. It was a very, very lumpy game, this one. And obviously with that comes, if you catch it wrong, it's going to take you to pieces. Oh, so that was nearly... See, that was £3.60 off what was effectively a £1.20 win. That was kind of... Oh, let's be super ambitious. Oh, and it has done it. Right, it has done it. Let's get some credits in. Here we are. That should be a jackpot repeater. And let's see if we can get a repeat. I'm going to wedge it. I'm just going to wedge it. Come on, let's have a repeat on the jackpot. Okay, I'm going to wedge it. Just let go and wedge. It's just not having it. Whilst we're playing, I mean, we should just take a moment to note the quality of this layout. Pluggy has done fantastic work here. I don't quite know how he's done this reflection thing here. Can you see how the alpha is actually reflected with the amount that's in the bank? So it's not like a static reflection effect. It does actually reflect what is in the bank. I've never seen that before. Oh, I don't think I've seen that before. It looks splendid anyway. That's the point. Oh, is it gonna mug me off now for trying to get another bloody jackpot repeater? Nudge, yeah, okay. Well, we'll have a £2.40 repeater. That's going to take us over the bank limit. So, no, not quite. There's one repeat, and that's going to take us over the bank limit. So it's going to force us to collect that. Soon as the bank gets over 30 quid, you have got to collect it. So we'll let that collect out. So we've had one repeat already. Wedgie. Oh, God, no, it's just capping out in it. It's just for some reason. I think 2 repeats is the best I've managed, isn't it? Haven't had more than 2 repeats. Let's just see if we can get one more repeater on the super win and see if we can get some repeat. I'll take anything. I'll just take anything on... No, I'm not interested in that. Obviously, that would have been 4 quid for a hold after nudges. So I'm going to hold away from that. I'm just going to go all out for any half decent super win. No, didn't give me a hold there. Oh, I'm not fucking interested in a quid. Oh, no. No. Best thing you can do, of course, is play this for yourself. I think there's a surprising amount of entertainment going on here because of that extra dimension added by that 4th reel and all the extra ways that you can get the wins. So there's a super win, but I can't get anything to go with it, can I? 2 nudges there, maybe just so... Oh, no. So let's do that. No, I don't think it's having it, is it really? Anything there? Nudges there? I mean, where's it up to percentage-wise now? 82. Yeah, you can see there. There's its long term. It is climbing up now. It's not a million miles off its actual target percentage. So possibly just played it a little bit too much last night and got it a little bit. It's still a bit off. It's still got a 30 quid drift in its favour. I was rather. I'll just hold that there. How many nudges? Well, can we get a £2? Well. So I can nudge that to there, but I haven't got a green bar there. Can't even get 2 quid. So what I'll do is that. Oh, just see if it holds after nudges. What have we got there? No, nothing, no nudges. Couple of nudges there, maybe. No. Oh, we'll do that. No, didn't work for us. It's clammed up a little bit as well. I mean, I think you can possibly imagine here that this... Well, okay, that should give us a super win on 2 quid. Let's see if we can get some repeats on 2 quid. No, we can't. Is there a double up there? There isn't a double up there. Can't get tic-tac-toe. Can't. So what I can do here to try and give myself a hold after nudge for... Oh, there isn't yet. So I'll go that. Oh, God, I did the wrong one. Doesn't matter, it didn't hold. I'm all fingers and bloody thumbs here with these blooming reels. I was actually trying to get smart for 8 hold after nudges for the jackpot there, but managed to stuff it up in true Degsy fashion. Now, this should be an interesting one. Because can you see there, I've got all 3 win lines active, and I've got a tick and a tack. So that should give me tic-tac-toe. Let's see. Oh, now that's... You know what? I don't think I've ever had it with that setup before, and it didn't actually work. As you can see there, that didn't work. That's quite interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it in that exact configuration before. So some slightly unexpected behaviour there. And what can we get here? No. I think it might have had it. I think that might be it. No, it's not. It's just clammed up a little bit. So what can we do here? Okay, that should give us a hold after nudges for 2 quid. No. Well, you're getting a little sense here of what this could be like when you caught it wrong, because it could be rather nasty. But I would implore you... Is there a super win up there? There is a... So, oh, now what does that do now? Because technically we've got 2 lots. Let's just see what it comes... I would certainly expect to get a super win on 2 quid, but I don't know what it'll do about the fact... No, it has just given us the super win on 2 quid. Let's see if we can get any repeats out of it. Oh, God. I'm going to have to throw in the towel here. I was hoping to see a really decent repeater, and it hasn't happened. In fact, what I'll do, because I've realised, I am just going on a little bit here, I'll pause the video until I can get another shot at a decent... Let's just see if that holds. No. I'm going to get another jackpot repeater, and we'll see if it repeats. Come back in a moment. Right, I'll tell you what, this has cost a fair few quid to get. I have now got a hold after nudges for a super. I'm actually down now. I'm 73 quid in and 68 quid out. It must have cost 25 or 30 quid in cold blood to get this set up. But we do now have a jackpot repeater. Let's see if we can get some bloody repeats out of it. Come on. Hit this skillfully. Fucking fucker. It's absolutely playing like a ruthless, ruthless bastard. Right, I'm going to get another one. Oh, we could possibly get for tic-tac-toe. Well, what's above tick and tack? It's not... Oh, it is red 7s. Okay, let's... Oh! I'm going to get another one. I'm going to have a fucking repeat on the jackpot. I swear. I'll say, there it is again. It only took about 8 quid to get that one. Let's have our jackpot repeater. Can we get a repeat, please, Bob? Come on, come on, come on. Couple of repeats on the jackpot and I'll be happy. Come on. You absolute fetid fucking pile of monkey shit. Is there a blue 7? There isn't a... Oh. 1, 2... Yes, there is. Okay. No! I'm going to have another... I am getting a repeat on this fucking jackpot. And again, that's a hold after nudges for the red 7s. Maybe the red 7s will be luckier for me than the blue 7s. Amazing to think there was a time when you could actually play for holds after nudges on jackpot, isn't it? They were so much better with these smaller jackpots, AWPs. Right, come on. Let's have the repeat. Come on, you bugger. Holy fucking shit. What have I done to piss this thing off? See you for the next one. Okay, I will just take this one out of interest's sake. That's a hold after nudges, so I'm guessing it's going to give me a repeat chance on TIC-TAC-TOE. Ah, look at that. It really does play quite funny with those tic-tac-toes, doesn't it? They don't quite behave as you would expect them to. I'm still fishing for that jackpot repeater. And again, there's the hold after nudges, so it has behaved itself with the win and super win. It hasn't done the win and super win flip on the hold after nudges, which it does do occasionally. What it hasn't done yet is repeat on a bloody jackpot. Come on. Another go at this. Maybe it's got like anti-force technology or something, because of course you wouldn't play it out in the wild. You would actually take the repeater basically on everything, as everything could repeat big. That's a potential. Oh, being stupid, lad. I didn't think about that. I was going for a cheeky hold after nudges on the bloody £4 there, the sort of boxed single bars, if you will. I mean, you would always take if you could get a super win on anything, certainly £2 and above, because all of them could just repeat really, really big. So I guess this is not an accurate reflection of how I would have played. Oh, a couple of nudges there. No. How I would have played it out in the wild. You would just kind of take any super win, really. Okay, that's a potential £4.40 hold there, isn't it? No, it hasn't done it, because obviously that would have doubled up on the double bars. I'll try one more time on this. So we'll do a speculative hold there. It's kind of situate. Oh, any joy? Bastard. Bastard. See, now what I can do there, of course, is go 1, 2, 3, and that would give me a repeater rather on the £1.20. But we don't want to give you that. See, obviously I can get. Obviously I can get a £2 repeat. Let's just see if we can get fucking anything to repeat a few times, shall we? Let's just see if we can get £2 to repeat. No, just nothing is repeating on this. What is the matter? I'm not having a bloody one. No, not having a £1.20 repeater. Okay, well, I've got to be careful here, because there might be a bloody... Yeah, there is a... See, if I nudge that one down, it's going to give me that £1 up at the top. So I'll do it this way to try and get the hold after nudges for jackpot. Which... come on. Which it didn't do. See, I would have if I held them all there. Oh, nah. No. Right, I'm going to bring it back when I've got a repeat on a half decent win. Okay, and again, that is a hold after nudges for a jackpot repeater. Well, I'm not. It's absolutely been. I've put a lot of play through. It's not just autoplay, but manual play as well. And I have not seen it be this tight on the repeats for the whole thing. Come on. What's going on? It's just not repeating on anything at all. Shocking. Okay, so a £2.40 repeat. Can we get any repeats on that even? We'll do a wedge on it. There's one repeat on £2.40. Just one repeat. Just one repeat. That's my lot. Oh. Nudge. No. Right, let's have another crack. That is a hold after nudges for a jackpot. Oh, just one repeat and I'll be happy. Come on. There we go. Come on, come on. Can we have a repeat, please? I'm like, I put nearly 120 quid through this here now. Jesus, God almighty. Okay, straight nudge for a £2.40. I think we've had a couple of repeats on £2.40. I'll just wedge it. Gee, God. Right, there we go again. Come on. One repeat, and I'm going to bin it off. I'll be happy. This just goes to show how long it can make you wait, though. Because we've not been having much luck on this, have we? Right, come on. Oh, there's something wrong with it. Is there a glitch in the matrix here? You would never normally wait. So I can get a £2 repeat. I don't know. You know what? Let's just see if we can get some bloody repeats on anything. Go! Okay, I'm reduced now to bloody £2.20 repeaters. Let's just see if we can get some repeats. No. It's just playing like the world's biggest turd bucket. Okay, hold after nudge for a £2.40 repeater. Take anything at this moment in time. There's one. Come on. Just maybe it's been saving. Ah! Or maybe. What can we get there? Well, see, I can obviously. There's going to be a. God, there isn't even a 7 up there. 1, 2, 3. No. So what? Obviously, there's nothing doing there. Can get a quid, but. I'm reduced to the status of a bum. £1 repeater. Oh, so it'll repeat on a quid. So there's 2 quid. 3 quid. Fucking 2 repeats on £1. And it takes 20p for everyone as well. So you're actually only winning 80p. Oh, God, we haven't quite got the nudges there, have we? We just can't. I mean, I could go 1, 2 and get a quid there, but there's not. No. See, 1, 2. I'm not taking a bloody £1. Oh, jeez. Is there a single? There isn't. So that would be a hold after nudges for a jackpot. It's not done it. Okay, that is a hold after nudges for a jackpot, and that was one of the more interesting ones because I had 2 nudges. So that is what the reels actually looked like. So then I went 1 and 2, and that then held there to give me a hold for the jackpot. That's a jackpot repeater hold. So there we go. It's kind of one of the things I was talking about. You've got to take a look at what you can do and where you can get the reels to, because that was not immediately apparent there. That was a hold after nudges for the jackpot on. Come on. I'll do this one. I won't wedge it on the jackpot. Shit. Okay, straight nudges in for a £2.20 repeater. Can we get any repeats on? This was one of the ones that it could go loopy on. Come on. What have I upset God or something? Well, there we go. Well, obviously that's a £2 repeater. Come on. Maybe it's been saving for a streak and it is actually going to streak. Fucking hell. Okay, straight nudges for £2.20 again. Any repeats? Fuck, this is absolute. Honestly, this is. Well, I don't want to hold them really. Just putrid. This. So that is a hold after nudges for a jackpot. I want a fucking super jackpot. I have never seen it play like this. This is just the worst it has been. And I put quite a bit of money through it. Right, now there's an interesting one. That's a hold after nudges. I'm hoping it's going to give me the hold after nudges for my sort of boxed, as it were, single bars. But it's got that one up at the top there. Let's hold them all and press cancel for good luck. Just because I want that. I want £4 plus repeat chance. Yes, good. That's what it's done. Let's see if we can get some repeats on this. Good God almighty. Right, this is going to have to be the last one. Time's getting on here. I've been playing this for nearly 2 hours. I put over 150 quid in it, and I've got stuff I need to do. So I've got some jobs I need to do this evening. So right, okay, this is the last throw of the dice. If this doesn't repeat, I'm going to have to admit defeat because this has been scabrous with me. Come on. Good God! Oh my! Right, I can't explain it. I cannot explain what's going on here. I've just never known it to play like this. I mean, I'm still, like, I'm 152 quid in and 148 quid out. It's still shy of its target percentage. It's running at 82.36. And it has got a drift of 40 quid in its favour. It has got a drift of 40 quid in its favour, so it's got enough, as it were, to streak. It's got enough kind of in its favour to lob a streak at me, but it just isn't doing it. I'm wondering if it is... Oh, there we go. Hold that just for a jackpot. I am wondering if it's just saving for a streak, because when you caught these things on the take, they were pretty bloody nasty, I have to say. I remember getting my arse kicked by this thing a few times. But I kept coming back for more because it was so good when you got the repeater. Come on. Just no. Just no. It is not repeating at all for me. Maybe just one more. One more go. So that's a £2.40 repeater that's just dropped in. There's one repeat. Come on. 2 repeats. 3 repeats. Oh, 3 repeats. It's a new high score, as it were, but it's still not really what I was hoping for. Well, it's a hold off nudges for a £2 repeater, which isn't very exciting, but... Oh, God, I'm cursed. I'm cursed tonight. There's just no other explanation for it. Oh, fucking... Oh, fine, you know what? £1.20 repeater. Let's see. There's 1 repeat, so we're at 240. Now, that is a hold after nudges, but I think we'd established that it didn't work for tic-tac-toe, hadn't we? Yes, it doesn't. And if it could have just given me a nudge there. So, yeah, it looks like tic-tac-toe is actually pretty bust on the hold after nudges. I wonder if it'd do it with a... See, that's hell. I wonder if it'll do it if it's on a single... See, it brought the tic-tac-toe in, but not with... So, yeah, it's a little bit glitchy on that one, isn't it? That's quite interesting. Oh, fucking... You know what? No, I'm not having. I want jackpot repeater. Okay, and again, I keep saying I want to stop playing this, and somehow I've just not stopped playing it. Oh. I can get into me sort of lowy mid-tech. Force 5, I've got a video to come on these BFM mid-techs. I can get surprisingly involved with them as well. Come on. Go! Fuck off! Okay, £2.40 repeat. Oh, and I've got a £2.20 on the bottom there as well. This will be an interesting one if it repeats. That's £4.60. And will it repeat, and what will it give me? Okay, that's a £2.20 repeater. Let's just see if we can get a repeat off it. Oh, no, it's £4.40, of course. I mean, oh, it was £4.40, but still no repeat. So we're kind of getting the wins. We're just not getting any bloody repeats at all. Okay, £2.40 repeater. It's just playing so badly. Come on. See if we can get some on this. Okay, there's 1 repeat. Come on. Oh, just can't believe it. Can't believe it. And I don't... Oh, that would have been a hold after nudges. I'm going to have to stop playing this soon. I've put over 200 quid through it. Been playing it for over 2 hours, and I've got stuff... Oh, dear. Just... If I can get like this with the emulated version, can you imagine the bloody froth I used to work myself up into with the real thing, but it was costing me real money. Oh my god, that's a potential hold after nudges for a jackpot, and it has done. Right, come on, you fucking bastard, let's have it. I'm gonna wedge it. I'm gonna wedge it. Wedging's the way to go. Wedging will get me the repeats here. Come on, just to finish off. Fucking bag of spanners, you absolute shit. Fucking why is it not doing it? Why is it doing this to me? No, there isn't a super win up there, is there? I can't, unless it is saving for some kind of epic streak here. This is unusually horrible. It's playing here. Come on, come on. See what happens if I hold them and I get a toe? Wonder what it would give me there, because I've got the win lines. I don't know if it'd give it me as a super win or a normal win. Come on. Oh, it has just done the old switcheroo on me. That was a hold after nudges with the super win. I wasn't expecting it to do anything at all, which is why I didn't start filming. And it actually did that. So it did bring it in, but it flipped it from the super win to the normal win. That's why you can just see the cashpot going out there. I'll see this out for one more. I know I've said that about 58 times already. Honestly, I could stop whenever I want. It's not a problem. I don't want... That'll be a £4 hold after nudges. Oh, God, you... Ooh. Okay, last one. I'm 225 quid into this now. I've been playing it for far too long. Let's just see if we can get a jackpot to repeat. But I'm going to have to call it here. This is going to have to be the last throw of the dice. I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. I do not understand why it hasn't been repeating for me. What I will do is I'll put this RAM and GAM file up at Desert Island Fruits. £1 repeater. How pathetic. Let's put a credit. Oh no, it's not even. Why did I do it? You know, I'm going bog-eyed here. I actually, for some reason, I'm actually hallucinating now. I thought I saw super win there, and it wasn't super win. It was just a normal win. What's the total playthrough on this? This has had just shy of £2,500 through it now. So it's super, super, super well settled down. You know, bearing in mind it's only a bloody £4.80 jackpot machine. I do not know where my repeats have gone this evening. I cannot explain that. Is there a super win up there? So I mean, that's a £2. Oh, no, that was a weird... See, that was a weird one, wasn't it? You see what it did there? That should have been a £2.40, shouldn't it? I think. Like I say, I'm actually starting to go a little bit bog-eyed with this now. I do like myself a bit of Fruit Machine emulation, to say the least, but I've been plugging away at this one Jesus. Shall we just get... See, that should be a... See, that should have been something then, shouldn't it? Why is it not doing these holds after nudges for me? I don't know. Maybe the... Oh! God. I'm not entirely sure I've ever had a super win on TIC-TAC-TOE. God, it's just not playing right at all. 240. Okay, that should be a £2.40 repeater. Let's see if we can get anything off that. One repeat. No. I don't know what to tell you. It's just not doing it. It's just not... No nudges there. Nothing. I'm going to have to collect this. Going to have to cut and run at this point. Unfortunately, the one... It just hasn't done it for me. I've been playing it, like I say, for 2¼ hours and more now. So, come on. Let's just see if we can get... No. I don't know. It's just not happening, is it? At all. What have we got there? Oh, that's a fucking £1 repeater. £2. You know, when you can't even get more than one repeat on bloody... Let's hold that. Give us a nudge there. No. It's just not happening. I've actually managed to lose on this. What shall we hold there? TIC-TAC-TOE's probably a bit optimistic, really, and we know it doesn't hold after nudges properly as well, which is a bit of a ball ache. So that'll be... well, so it's behaved itself there and given me the £2.40. See, I keep saying I'm going to stop playing this, and then I completely fail to actually stop playing it, don't I? Just, I can't help but think there's a repeat in here somewhere. Obviously I can get £1.20. There isn't a single bar up there, so best I can get is 120. And again, it's just nothing, just absolutely nothing. Okay, £2.20 repeater. I do appreciate that I keep failing to stop playing this. Is that not a... Am I going bog-eyed again? Was that not a super win? This is... You know, I'm actually... Oh, well, that was a weird one, wasn't it? It's giving me the tic-tac-toe pot. Well, there it goes. Here we go. Last one. Oh, dear. Last one on is definitely the last one. Why won't you just fucking repeat? Fucking fuck. Oh. I'm gonna have to give up. I am gonna have to throw in that. God, how long is this video gonna be? Oh, is it gonna give me a nudge there? I've just got a super win. No, it hasn't held. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Hard to believe I was addicted to these things once. I was got super. I would just hold the super win. Yeah, fucking thing. Right, it's just not happening, is it? Just not happening. Oh dear, dear, dear. No, no. Come on, Degsy, throw the towel in for fuck's sake. Just stop, will you? No, that's it. Right. Oh dear. So no, I'm down. I've managed to lose on this bloody thing. It's still got a drift in its favour. I have no idea what it's waiting to do there, but it's clearly not going to do it for me this evening. Thank you to everyone who made this layout possible. It's very enjoyable to play, even though it's been getting on me tits a bit this evening. I very, very much recommend that you get yourself over to Desert Island. Well, I think it's at Desert Island Fruit's the Mecca, and at Fruit Emu, I think, but get yourself over to one of the Fruit Machine emulation sites. Grab this layout and have a play of it for yourself. Really, really good fun. I got properly into it there, arguably a bit too much. And I hope that you enjoyed the sort of story bit at the start of the video, because I really wanted to go into everything that, you know, all the effort that was required to make this layout happen. And extra thanks to Ploggy for taking the time to put that information together for me, getting me over to showing me the link over on Fruit Emu, and so on and so forth. That is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you next time. But for now, a goodbye.